So this optimism is going to be your weapon and your defense against anything that is trying to hold you back and cause you not to have the victory. Your knowledge of who you are and the job you have to manifest liberty and the optimism of reaching that liberty is your weapon of warfare against anything and anyone who would try to hold you back and rob you of that victory. You know what think about when I see this card? I was doing a reading for myself the other day, and I finally took a look at this card, right? And I'm gonna try to show it to you. No, this camera ain't hitting on a hill of beans. But do you see how it's called the kindergarten teacher. You see what I mean by the children? Do you see what I mean by the children? But what I also see in her face is her remembering when she used to be on the playground as a child and how she has grown and how much she has had to learn. And I see her being pleased with the joy and the celebration and the childlike fun that they are having. But I also see her as an adult being very pleased and having fun herself, now sitting as the adult teaching. And what is she teaching them? She's teaching them the same things that someone had to teach her. Right? Like for every teacher, some of you may listen to me, might be a teacher. You might be an actual teacher in the school system, right? And I'm pretty sure you might have moments where you're teaching your class, whatever age you teach, um, whatever class you teach, and you have like, dang, I remember when I learned this. I remember when I taught this. I remember my favorite teacher that taught me art. You might be teaching right now because of your favorite teacher who taught you and was loving and caring and enjoyed what she was doing as a teacher, right? We are the kindergarten teachers. We are the teachers. If we see something going on in our family dynamics, in our homes, with our children, with our spouses, on our jobs, I'm not saying going around, you got to be going around with a pen and pad and just always opening your mouth. You can mind your business sometimes too. But when the moment arises and you feel that unction to give instruction to raise somebody's vibration, somebody might come on your job just having a bad day and they might want to just talk to you about it. So you and her decide to go to lunch and she just, doing the complaining and he didn't do this and he ain't did that and da 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 da. And instead of you just going along with the gossip and the low vibrational conversation, you can use that as a teachable moment to help guide her as a younger divine feminine, to help teach her or him, right? Like there's so many moments we have as divine feminines to impart divine instructions. We have to recognize those moments and not just always respond with some low vibrational response. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to blend in and trying to, get along with folks and da 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 da. You understand? We are the teachers. The initiative that we're taking is going to cause us to oftentimes have to teach the children. And the children might be a 40-year-old funky foot man. It might be. It might be. It might be an actual child. It could be a 35-year-old female. You understand? This is not predicated by any gender or age. This is about you understanding your position in this reality. The reason why you have come and woken and awoken and stepped into your divine feminine power. It's not for you to be arguing and trying to make people hold space for you. It's for you to demand said space, command said space. And from that space, I'm going to teach you how to honor me. And if you still rebel, then I move into my chaotic. I move into my chaos. And that's not where you want me. Because again, I brought you in this world, I take you out. Again, this reading might not be popular opinion, right? Clarify the page of Pentacles, please. The Page of Wands. Yeah. And some of you are really starting to understand this, and you're also starting to love it, right? Like, I can't speak for nobody else, but the way oftentimes we are treated as women can make it sometimes burdensome, and sometimes tiring, and sometimes we might even be as deep as like not really wanting to do the shit no more. Like, because we love so many, we care for so many, and we get their behinds to kiss a lot of times, whether it is in our immediate circle or whether it's in the world at large. But we need to be very passionate and continue to be passionate about the initiative we are taking to reflect the mother. Okay? We need not to shy away from expressing our devotion to the creator of all things. You know, we need not to shy away from expressing her existence, expressing that we have the task of emanating her, because in us emanating her effectively, it will become very difficult for them to continue to act like she don't exist and keep harping on this lesser entity they call God the Father, who is no God at all. Okay? She has to reveal to you her masculine. If you claim to, and this is about to hit somebody, I'm gonna tell you now, and I just got to say it. If you claim to be in a relationship with God the Father, and you did not build that relationship through your relationship with the mother, then you are in a relationship with a lesser entity who has basically tried to usurp the throne and the rights to the birthright. Because she has to reveal him to you. So if you have no foundational relationship, intimate relationship with the source, then you can best believe you're not in the relationship with the true divine feminine, the divine masculine, rather, the sun. Okay? She has to reveal him. This is why it's so important that we do not shy away from reflecting her. Because the more we reflect her, the more the truth of the true sun, the true divine masculine, can come to fruition. Right? So we have that responsibility in this dimension. You understand? So she's patting us on the back for doing a good job, because we're manifesting this liberty. We're manifesting this as we reflect her. Because we were never supposed to be in shackles, in entrapments, and all in these bars with these prisons and all this weight and heaviness. That was not actually supposed to happen. Not for the divine feminines. I can't speak for the masculines, but that wasn't supposed to happen for divine feminines. Okay? That source, that power can't be shackled. Now, if we refuse to tap into that, then we can remain shackled. But when you tap into that, you can't remain shackled because there's no shackling, there's no imprisoning that. That's she's way too chaotic for that. Okay? So her chaos is designed to break down barriers, to bring peace. And peace has to be made. You remember when the scripture said, blessed is the peacemaker? You want peace, it has to be fought for. It has to be battled over. Shouldn't have to be, but it does. But that's what her peace, her chaos is for, to bring order out of it. It's not just destruction for the sake of destruction. Now, if you're in that energy, you might want to sit down and meditate a little bit. You might want to sit down and balance your energies a little bit. But this is chaos for the sake of tearing down barriers, tearing down blockages that would hinder liberation, that would hinder peace. Okay? These are storms that we operate in sometimes, but not for just destruction's sake. Right? Like, the way has to be made, the path has to be cut. There's just weeds and stuff growing up all over, and we can't see our way through the wilderness. So what do? We go in and we cut. We destroy a certain part of it to cut a path. And this is what we are doing, right? We are, through our passion, through our devotion, through our love, through our reconnection to the proper divine masculine energy, through the mother. That is what we're doing. So that others coming behind us will understand the path. So she doesn't want us to be like, oh, like, she know we see the other debauchery that's going on around here, right? Like, she understands, but she's telling us to continue to reflect her, continue to vibrate high, continue to sit on your throne and stand in your position. You know, when we take up no time other than to instruct you, but we're not going to take up any time about you feeling like you don't like it, because I mean, hell, I don't know what you want to do about that. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get some things. I heard her to tell me to pull this Kali deck today. So I'm gonna pull from this Kali deck and see what Kali wants to say. I'll take the first one. Let me take both. Okay, I heard you. We got Lolita out here. We got Lolita out here. Lolita Tripura Sundari. Yep, that's her whole name. Lolita Tripura Sundari. I'm going to read just a few because I have more than one card, and y'all know that this Kali deck can be very intensive. With luminous grace, she plays her ways into our hearts, softening hardness and despair, awakening the remembrance of light and love, of joy. No matter what you have experienced, your heart shall be cleansed and released from ugliness, released liberty, sorrow, and pain. Negative karmic legacies will be cleared away. Our divine sister goddess invites us to recognize her golden restorative beauty. Look at this. Golden restorative beauty shining within your heart. Cultivate that which is worthy of such beauty. We only we're not coming down there. We're not coming back down there. All right? To be arguing and bickering and carrying on with you, because you're clearly not ready to cultivate that. You're clearly not worthy, right? Cultivate that which is worthy of such beauty, for this is your essential nature. Gracefully release all else with dignity. With dignity. I'm not being facetious when I say sit on your throne and do not come off. Okay? I am so serious about that. Don't come off to be dealing down here in the muck and the mire, to be casting your pearls before swine. No, 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 no. That the time has run out for that. You understand? If they don't get in line, and whoever they is, if you keep begging nobody, as you evolve, as you change, as you raising your vibration, you can't keep coming back down here trying to make somebody see you for who you are. They can't see you. You're in a whole different plane. They can't see you. And those that can, you ain't gonna have to. It won't. It'll be. Everybody be sitting where they supposed to sit. Everybody be in position. Everybody be understanding their marching orders. So there'll be no bickering, no arguing, no thinning and proving about treat me better and treat us. And we demand respect. And like at this point, if you're not giving the respect that's supposed to be given, then stay over there where you at. Don't come no closer, cause I might be off with your head. Because when I was down there with you and everything, I was rolling around there in the hog pen with you. And now that I done got out and then went on and found my royalty and found my robes and went back to my mother's house. You understand what I'm saying? My mother's castle, my mother's mansion. Now that I'm back over here all cleaned up, so I'm not coming back down there to be down, rolling down in no mud and stuff, carrying on with you. I'm not gonna do it. I got kingdoms and queendoms and stuff to lead and guide and people to see about. I'm not coming down here with you. Okay? The third of the Mahavira wisdom goddesses, Lalita Tripura Sundari, is the divine mother manifesting as light, look, playfulness, and beauty. Right? In the Shakti Tantras, or scriptures of divine feminine, there are two schools. One school celebrates Kali as the primordial origin of the universe, and the other worships Lalita as such. Yet they are but two faces of the one divine mother. Okay? Lalita doesn't compete with Kali. She is her boon giving brightness. Lalita's presence in a reading is a reminder to play. Her 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 oh wait. Lalita's presence in a reading is a reminder to play or practice. Ask us to cleanse and heal our minds so we do not become consumed or overwhelmed by the suffering or ugliness happening in the world, the chaos, the confusion, the destruction, the unnecessary chaos, right? We don't want to become consumed with that. Without denying the dark side of human nature, we can look through the inner eye to see what is happening at a spiritual level. If we look for the inner spiritual truth, we will find divine beauty. That is the courage, kindness, selflessness, generosity, love, and strength that humans develop to recondition the mind away from agony and into delight. This does not require changing the world, but rather seeing it differently. Instead of seeing humanity as victimized, weak, ego driven, and wounded, we can affirm humanity as a collective of spiritually brave souls willing to incarnate and grow during a challenging time of spiritual obscuration on earth. There is divine beauty in such boldness of spirit. Internally, we shift from despair to awe, changing our chemistry along with our consciousness. This is what I mean about a higher vibration. You understand? You can't come down like once you raise up. And don't let the ugliness and the confusion and the dark side of humanity make you feel like you got to come down to have these little, unfruitful, irrelevant, ineffective conversations that do not lead to more liberty, to more beauty, to more goodness. That energy can't, like, mm-mm, mm-mm. As that takes place, we begin to vibrate I just said the whole sentence right here. As that takes place, we begin to vibrate energetically at a higher frequency. Challenges are recognized as means through which blessings can be activated. The mindset of the warrior fighting against the darkness can shift into the mindset of the priestess, facilitating the increasing presence of spiritual light upon the earth. Same world, same circumstances, but different approach, interpretation, and response, which in turn leads to a different experience and future for all of us. That's why we can't be like, this is imminent as long as we hold position. So they don't have to agree nor understand. It's okay. Let the children play. Let them play. You remember a time where you was just playing and just, you know, chasing boys, carrying on, chasing behind girls, pinching them and stuff, right? You remember? So let them play. But the see, she just a little bit too. I mean, she could if she wanted to. She could go out there and get on a little basketball court and play with them children and stuff. But she's the teacher. So when I was a preacher in the church, right? There amongst leadership, there is a healthy distance that has to be had, a healthy one. Not that you above people and you lording over above people and you just, not that, but there's a healthy distance. I play with my sons, I play with them, but not all the time. Because if I'm always goofing off, I'm always vibrating where they vibrating, then when it's time for me to be mama, they gonna be thinking like they don't gotta really listen, they don't gotta listen. So there's a balance between participating in the playfulness, but understanding that you hold a particular position now. There's a maturity that comes with divine feminine. You understand? So there's a healthy distance that has to be taken. You understand? So I'm going to read and move on to Devi Makali. Let me see if there's anything else I want to read here. Yes. Tripura, the word Tripura, Lalita Tripura Sundari, translates as three cities and refers to the triple goddess, which is the true Godhead. But we'll talk about that on another day. Okay. In a reading, this oracle indicates a change so radical and profound that it is irreversible, meaning once you get there, you can't go back down there. You can't go back down there. A previous chapter of your life is truly closing and will not be reopened. This will be reason for celebration. For the intervention of Lalita in our lives brings only delight, joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Whatever you need to release right now shall create the space for what is divinely destined for you to manifest through her grace. You have every reason to feel hopeful, optimistic. Every reason. If you have been struggling with poverty consciousness or have lost a sense of joy, gratitude for your life path, Lalita is a portent of heart healing and restoration of grace, light, and dignity because we are royalty. We are royalty, quite literally. We are royalty. So there's an air of dignity about us. It intimidates some. It causes some to be jealous and envious. It causes some to not like us. They don't even know why. That's okay. Let the children play. Let them play. You understand? Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna read now Devi Makali. Okay. Endlessly loving, infinitely forgiving, she will never turn away from you. No matter what you have done, no matter how many mistakes you have made, she is here for you always. Feel the safety and sanctuary of her divine hugs. Remember that pat on the back? See, this is what I was feeling. That embrace, that you're doing a good job. Keep going, right? She is your soft place to fall, and your kindest and most enthusiastic advocate. Yeah, just said it. She's rooting us on, okay? That we're doing a good job. She knows there's a lot going on. Let her shift your experience away from endless tasks, right? And ever greater expectations into sweet relief and comforting connection. There are times when we just need our mother. This is natural and necessary. However, for whatever reason, we may not be able to turn to the mother figure in our lives in our time of need. There is no need to feel deprived during such moments, for we have a divine mother who wants to help and has the endless resourcefulness to do so. The problem of receiving grace is never with the source of it, but its nature. Grace flows with generosity, so needing to earn or deserve it goes against the very nature of grace itself. However, we can struggle to be open to it and have a subconscious resistance to receiving it. Intellectually, we may know that we are worthy of being helped and even that others will also benefit when we are flourishing, so that grace brings multiple benefits to all. Yet, we can still be more attached to the difficulty than the resolution. Why is that? We cannot underestimate the influence of belief systems hmm, created in response to childhood trauma and the impact these unchecked beliefs can have in our adult lives. The beauty is that Kali will not only help us identify where we have our blocks, she will also help liberate the soul. Liberate, liberation, okay? Manifesting liberation by providing us with a choice. We can allow her to consume those past traumas, relieving the soul of karmic burdens. Devi Ma Kali's grace is not about encouraging psychological regression or giving up the necessary learning and responsibility to grow. It is a recognition that there are times when even a mature adult just needs to feel loved, held, and appreciated, cherished, and adored. Not for the sake of boosting ego, but for replenishing the heart that wants to give and give and give. It is about withdrawing from the distractions and the battles for a time, not to escape from what you need to do, but to have the energy and clarity of mind to approach your life journey effectively. Regression is avoidance, whereas reconnecting with the childlike relationship to the divine replenishes the inner reserves so one can continue, change, approach, and gain supportive allies so that success can unfold more graciously and swiftly. The devotee of Kali Ma, a Hindu saint, taught that when a tree is young, it should be fenced all around lest it is destroyed by cattle. What does that mean for us? Positive qualities such as healthy self-esteem can be bargaining within within us even when we are not fully aware of the extent of positive change that comes from the subtle inner shifts of mind, heart, and soul. Significantly, healing shifts often take place beneath conscious awareness. This is good. It prevents the sabotaging aspects of the mind from killing off that fledgling quality before it is strong enough to stand up to the patterns of the past and assert itself rather than, for example, being trampled by overly critical and shaming voices. The protection of the young tree is a symbol for taking care of that which is vulnerable until it becomes strong enough to stand on its own and fulfill its destiny. This is what a mother is meant to do for a child, and what Kali Ma does for all her children if they will come to her. And that's what I mean about we have to come to her. We have to come to her. We cannot continue and most of us, a lot of us are not, but we cannot even continue to deny that this is who we are devoted to. She is who we are devoted to. She is our mother. We cannot continue to vibrate under that patriarchal, misogynistic vibration of acting like she doesn't exist. And if she does exist, she's some evil, lustful, uh, debauch, like she's just something you don't want to mess with. You don't want to have that energy around. We can't keep allowing that because they have created all of these texts. Every text that post dates the Sumerian is written under misogyny. That includes your Egyptian. If you read it, you'll see it. Right? The further back you go, historically, they honored the mother as God. And all of those people who were in relationship with the mother as God, they turned those into pagan cults, evil, demonic, and dark, and don't touch, don't taste, don't handle. Stay away from that. So that they could resurrect their patriarchal God. Right? We cannot keep not speaking about the fact that the mother is the source of all creation. that she is the head, the tail, the in-between. We have to call upon her as her reflections, because as her reflections, we have the task of evolving humanity and the vibration of the planet, the vibration of the dimension itself. And that is a very important task, because we are sitting in the womb of the mother dimensionally, which means that we're sitting in the root chakra. So the divine feminine energy in this dimension would be that serpent that is coiled at the bottom of the root chakra. We are that serpent. If we don't uncoil, then every other dimension above us so we have an important task, which is why we can't be down here, you know, playing around with the children who still want to holler about what roles a woman's supposed to play and what makes a good woman and what don't and what you gonna bring to the table and that like, huh? Huh? Child, what? I don't have no time to be talking about no tables. I don't got no time to be talking about no tables with you, right? That's down there with the with the little people. I'm come on up, come on up. Now what you could do is come on up, but I can't come back down there. And you're welcome to come on up, but I can't come back down there. Come on, no damn tables. Um, this particular form of Kali is without the association of battles and war, with which she is more commonly connected. Instead, she is the divine mother holding your being in her arms, in a quiet and peaceful nursery of the soul, rocking you back and forth with a gently sweet lullaby upon her lips. Okay? So again, beautiful deck. If you don't have it, get it. Even if you're not a card reader, you'll love the book for sure. Okay? Let's get some affirmations out here, and then we're going to wrap this session up. I hope that I have effectively, Mother, spoken what you would have me to say to my God sisters. I hope that um, it will encourage, enlighten, and strengthen them to continue to reflect you. Continue to reflect you. Let's get an affirmation. I am. Two I ams. Two, listen to me. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to get all loud and everything. But look, I am. I am. Yeah, we're going to talk about one day in a good lesson who the real I am is. I am. And what does it say? I am the dark. I am the light. I am the silence. I am the noise. I am the sky. I am the earth. I am the moon. I am the sun. I am the joy. And I am the pain. Now, you can pick which one of them you want to see. But just understand that I am all of it. You want a little joy, you want a little pain. Joy and pain. Which one you want? Sunshine. And you want a little sunshine, you want a little rain. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Right? Because I am all of it. So this is why those conversations about what it is and what it ain't no longer serves us. That doesn't serve, because we need to understand that we are all of it. So based on where where you're having to vibrate is the experience the reality is going to get of you. Okay? You are all of it. which is what makes you whole. Knowing that we are all of it is what makes us whole. When you let the world tell you that you can't do this and you're not supposed to do this and you're a woman, you ain't supposed to wear that and you should take that wig off and you should not wear that and you take them, when you can't let the children dictate to you what you're supposed to be. Like you, it's like the conversation is redundant. You don't have any like boxes you can place me in that's big enough because I'm a divine feminine. Your boxes are not big enough. Write yourself a love letter. It doesn't have to be super long or mushy. It could even just be a bullet point list. What is most important is you seeing how much love you have for yourself right now. Okay? And the mantra is simply I am. I am. So in your private times, in your meditation times, let us begin to just recite that. I am. And you can fill in the blank. Or you could just stop at I am. I am. Right? That is the mantra. And the second card is saying, I am what? I am worthy. I am worthy. I was born worthy of all my desires. I know my dream is meant for me because it is my vision, my dream. It is in my DNA. The I am is in your DNA, which is why it cannot be argued or debated. Divine feminine. The mother is a DNA. This is down to the molecular makeup of you, the genetic coding of you. So what are we talking about now? Tables and stuff. We talking about what we bring to the table and what we talk about. What you say? Oh, child, I don't know what you're talking about. And just leave it. I don't know what you're talking about, but do you want to know what I'm talking about? Because I can instruct you to help you understand about tables. If you want to talk about tables, but I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna have you questioning me about said tables. See, that's that because it gets to the point to where it's like if we continue to just come down here and be dancing all in the confusion with everybody else, dancing in all of this unorderly chaos, this chaos for no reason is not being fruitful, is not bringing forth anything else other than more chaos. Then who will be the ones to begin to construct order? Who will be the ones to make peace out of this? Right? So it's not a it's not a flippant thing like you just giving people the finger like saying yo fuck you unless that's necessary, right? Because sometimes that's what's needed. Let's just be honest. Like sometimes it's just what's needed. Like yo, bruh, like yo, you might yo fuck you, nigga. What you talking about? But this is I gracefully bow out of that energy because it is now from my perspective, from where I'm sitting, it is now beneath me. I have my marching orders, and my marching orders is to reflect the mother. My marching orders is to call upon the mother. My marching orders is to understand myself as the direct emanation of her. It is too important of a task that I have. If you don't understand the benefit that you're going to receive, then that's not my job. My job is to do it. My job is to comfort, to nurture, to guide, to instruct, to lead, to teach my children, my husbands, my wife, my whoever, right? Including myself. I receive my instructions from God the mother. I am God the daughter. So I hear her giving us a big push. I see and feel a big hug from her today and an encouragement to keep going, to keep going, to continue to be hopeful, to continue to vibrate optimism for your own lives and for the vibration of this dimension as a whole. For the people you love, continue to be optimistic, okay? Well, my sisters, I am greatly enjoyed this reading. This is a beautiful read. I want you to hit the like button, okay? If you've gotten to this point in the video, please hit the like button for me. That means a lot to me, and it's a beautiful exchange of energy if you will hit the like button. Also, if you will subscribe to the channel, if you have not, this is your first video, your first time tapping in with us, please come back and join us again. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I'm back, and I will see you guys next session. All right, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wonderful evening, whichever time you're watching this, and I love you guys. Okay, all right, peace.